Thank you very much. All around, if you look, are the pictures of different investments we're going to make in and around the city. Just last week, I announced an unprecedented investment in our children for the summer, of which the Park District will now have camp for 8,000 more children, 20,000 in total, what I call the safety surplus, both through the Park District, After School Matters, summer work, summer jobs. 20,000 children will have an opportunity to do something athletic, academic, or artistic where they can actually pursue and find out something about themselves with an adult supervised activity and not be on the street corner. And it's a major investment, 20,000 additional kids than what we planned just months ago. Now that was an investment in our children. Now we're going to invest in the facilities where our children play. And I think this is a unique opportunity in the cities and a moment in time for the city. Without a major project downtown, I wanted to, with Mike Kelly and with the board, seize this opportunity to invest in our neighborhoods. Millennium Park clearly changed our downtown and was a major investment and economic opportunity for our downtown. And without a single large project in the downtown area ready to go, I did not want this time to pass, this window of opportunity for our neighborhoods and our neighborhood parks to pass, which is why we're announcing, in my view, and we've had a couple of these already, but an unprecedented investment in our neighborhood parks and our neighborhood park facilities. There will be 8 new artificial soccer fields, bringing us to over a total of 20 citywide. 100 totally new basketball courts for the slam dunk process out of 300. We will acquire 180 acres of new parkland. 20 new playgrounds each year, approximately. This year will be 20, maybe 18 next year, but 20 new playgrounds each year over the next 5 years of this capital development. 12 new major park facilities or redevelopment of existing facilities. And the two things that I'm most excited about, although I'm excited about the entire project, is I announced before the 4 boathouses, of which we have already 2 funded, and now the Bloomingdale Trail, which is about 2.5 to 2.65 miles, taking old industrial facilities and turning them into recreational frontiers for our children. That's true about the river, and that will be true about the Bloomingdale Trail. This was a rail project. It moved industrial product. For years, people have been studying what to do. They kept it open for the few trains that used it. That period of discussion has now come to an end, and the building will now begin. We have the plans, we know we have the resources, and this will be open by 2014. Our rivers also were mainly for either sewage or moving industrial cargo. They were never integrated into our communities, our neighborhoods, and part of our communal life in our city. We have 2 of the 4 boathouses already planned. You can see the first design here. And we will get the other resources for those. But at each level, we're making an unprecedented investment in our neighborhoods and our communities. It's a window of opportunity. And I call it, and I've talked to the board about this, it's the quiet revolution in our neighborhood parks. Now, Chicago is that city in the garden. It is a unique city. While we're clearly turning around in what I believe is an opportunity not only from our lakefront, which is so beautiful, our downtown Grant Park, Millennium Park, now we're going to make that same beauty in our neighborhoods, our backyard. So every child will have an opportunity, if you look at the 2 far areas, within basically a 10-minute walk, we will be touching somebody with an investment, whether that's on the river, whether that's on Bloomingdale Trail, whether that's on a soccer field, whether it's on a playground, whether that's at a park, or whether that's at a basketball court, and whether that's at a harbor. And while we have obviously a place for the harbor, for boats, we will have it for people who want to kayak, canoe, and scull along our river. And I just walked around upstairs. We had the opportunity to, while we had some time to kill, to talk to the kids, 5th and 6th grade. Math class, 5th grade, and social studies, 6th grade. These kids will now have the opportunity to walk to school on a protected area elevated, not on the street or on a sidewalk. It will have a whole different feeling, linking also Bucktown, Wicker Park, Logan Square, and Humboldt Park. We have all read about what the High Line has done for New York economically. I hope it has that same impact economically. Most importantly, I hope it has the same impact, sense of recreation for our families that live in these 4 communities, linking them and the schools so they have that opportunity. And I think this is a once in a lifetime for the city to make this incredible investment in our neighborhood. I want to thank a number of companies. While they're obviously we've gotten federal resources to start this, $37 million. Exelon has made an unprecedented $5 million from their foundation to the Bloomingdale Trail. CNA Insurance has also put $1 million, and Boeing has. Yeah, they deserve applause. You can go ahead and do that. That's okay. There was one person back there pantomiming what an applause would feel like if you were actually doing it. So I think we are staying in all aspects, staying true to that city in the garden. And we're staying true to our roots. And I'm excited about the opportunity to take what was in the past industrial and now make it the next recreational frontier for our city. Now, somebody that has been at the forefront, and before I introduce Ms. Gomez, talking about the Bloomingdale Trail, who has been, every time I've been through Logan Square, made sure I knew about the Bloomingdale Trail, knew where it started, knew where it ended, how many underpasses there were, and all the design process, literally starting as far back as 2004. And this will open after the beginning of the discussion in 2014. So a decade later, from the first discussions, we'll finally have the Bloomingdale Trail open. And I cannot say enough about the Trust for Public Land for being a partner in this effort, and Friends of Bloomingdale Trail for laying the groundwork while we're here for the kickoff of the building. I want to commend all those who came before, who literally, when there were just discussions in a room and people never thought this was possible, who started to dream dreams. And everybody said, yes, yes, but we don't have the money. That's a great idea, but it's not possible. To all those people that preceded this moment today, and I want to thank you for never giving up on the dream of the possibility of what exists. Yeah, that's another applause that we should take. And I will say, one final thing is before I introduce Ms. Gomez, this whole capital project over the next 5 years will create 1,200 jobs. So people will go to work, improving their neighborhoods, improving the facilities for our children to play, and the recreation, and making the economic vitality of our neighborhoods as strong as they can be, and all the potential that exists by having a public investment in your neighborhood park. Thank you.